10 most powerful Ice Age animals. The Ice Age was an era when the Earth's climate was much colder than it is today. This caused the glaciers to expand, and much of the land was covered in ice. The animals that thrived during a period such as the Ice Age were no joke. These animals had to survive in one of the harshest periods of time the Earth has ever seen. In today's video, we'll be counting down the 10 most powerful animals that existed during the Ice Age. So without further ado, let's start with number 10. Number 10. Irish elk. First up is the Irish elk, also known as Megaloceros giganteus. This is an extinct species of deer that lived during the Pleistocene epoch, which includes the Ice Age. Interestingly, despite its name, the Irish elk was not exclusive to Ireland, but rather had a wide distribution throughout Europe, Asia, and parts of North Africa. And if we're talking about appearances, the most distinctive feature of the Irish elk was its enormous antlers. These antlers could span up to 12 feet, 3.6 meters, from tip to tip, making them the largest antlers of any known deer species. They had multiple tines or branches, creating an elaborate and visually striking display. And that's exactly what made them so powerful. These antlers were not only used in mating rituals, but also as a weapon against predators. Number 9. American mastodon. The American mastodon, scientifically known as Mammut americanum, was a species of proboscidean, a group that includes elephants. The American mastodon had a widespread distribution in North America during the Pleistocene period. Fossils of these creatures have been found in a variety of locations across North America, from as far north as Alaska and the Yukon to as far south as central Mexico. They were all over the place. Although the American mastodon was relatively smaller than the woolly mammoth, they were still nothing to laugh at. They typically stood about 8 to 10 feet, 2.4 to 3 meters tall at the shoulder. Also, like modern elephants, mastodons had tusks, but their tusks were distinctively curved. These tusks were used for various purposes, including foraging, digging, and possibly even defense. Number 8. Giant ground sloth. The giant ground sloth was a group of massive sloths that lived during the Ice Age. More specifically, they were primarily found in the Americas. Fossil evidence indicates that they inhabited a wide range of environments, from North America down to South America. As the name suggests, these sloths were massive compared to their modern relatives. Some species could reach lengths of up to 20 feet, 6 meters or more. But that's not all. Some giant ground sloth species, like Megatherium, had the unique ability to stand and move on their hind legs. This adaptation allowed them to reach higher vegetation in trees, making them browsers as well as grazers. They also had large curved claws that could reach lengths of up to a foot, 30 centimeters or more. These claws were likely used for self-defense and foraging. Number 7. Megalodon. Ah yes, our good old friend Megalodon. Scientifically known as Carcharocles megalodon, the megalodon was a species of shark that lived during the Ice Age. Megalodon inhabited oceans worldwide, from warm coastal waters to deeper offshore regions. Fossils of megalodon have been found on all continents except Antarctica. If that isn't an indicator of its wide distribution, I don't know what is. Megalodon was enormous, with estimates of its maximum size ranging from about 50 to 82 feet, 15 to 25 meters or more. This made it significantly larger than the largest living shark, the whale shark. Also, one of the most characteristic features of the megalodon was its massive teeth. These teeth could reach lengths of 6 to 7 inches, 15 to 18 centimeters or more, and were serrated, allowing them to efficiently slice through prey. Number 6. Glyptodon. Glyptodon was an extinct genus of large, heavily armored mammals known as glyptodonts. These animals resembled the modern-day armadillo, but were unique in their own way. They lived during the Pleistocene epoch, primarily in South America, particularly in Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and Venezuela. These creatures were massive. They could reach lengths of up to 13 feet, 4 meters or more, and weigh over 2,000 pounds, 900 kilograms. This made them among the largest glyptodonts. However, Glyptodon's most striking feature was its thick, bony armor. The entire dorsal surface of its body was covered in a tough protective shell composed of bony plates or scutes embedded in its skin. Glyptodon also possessed a tail club, similar to that of ankylosaurs, which were a group of armored dinosaurs. Number 5. Dire wolf. The dire wolf, also known as Canis dirus, was a species of wolf that lived during the Ice Age in North America. Dire wolves were larger and more robust than their modern relatives. They typically stood about 3.5 feet, 1.07 meters tall at the shoulder, and weighed between 100 to 150 pounds, 45 to 68 kilograms. What made dire wolves so powerful was the fact that they were believed to have been social animals that hunted in packs. Pack hunting can be a highly effective strategy for taking down large prey, and it allows for cooperation in both hunting and defense. But that's not all. Dire wolves also had a strong bite, which would have allowed them to effectively subdue and kill their prey. Number 4. Woolly mammoth. The woolly mammoth is one of the most famous and well-known Ice Age mammals, and rightly so. These giant mammals were primarily found in the northern regions of Eurasia and North America during the Pleistocene epoch. But what made them so famous? Well, woolly mammoths were known for their long, shaggy fur, which helped them adapt to the cold climates of the Pleistocene. Their fur was adapted to retain heat and provide insulation, making them well-suited for life in frigid environments. What's more, woolly mammoths were also similar in size to modern elephants, with adult males standing about 9 to 13 feet, 2.7 to 4 meters tall at the shoulder. In addition to their fur, woolly mammoths had other adaptations for cold climates, such as a hump of fat at their withers and relatively short ears to minimize heat loss. They also had long, curved tusks that could grow up to 15 feet, 4.5 meters in length. These long, curved tusks were used for various purposes, including digging for vegetation under snow and ice, defending against predators, and possibly for displays during mating rituals. Number 3. American lion. The American lion was an extinct species of big cat that lived during the Pleistocene epoch in North America. Interestingly, this was not actually a lion as we think of them today, but it was given the name American lion due to its size and some similarities in appearance. Adult American lions could stand about 5 feet, 1.5 meters tall at the shoulder, and reach lengths of up to 9 feet, 2.7 meters or more, including their tails. American lions also had robust bodies and relatively short legs, giving them a stocky appearance. Their powerful build was well suited for hunting large prey. Their large size and powerful build made them formidable predators, capable of taking down a variety of large prey, including bison, horses, and even mammoths. Number 2. Giant short-faced bear. The giant short-faced bear, scientifically known as Arctodus simus, was one of the scariest terrestrial mammals of the Pleistocene epoch. Fossil evidence suggests that they occupied a massive range of habitats that included grasslands, tundra, and forests. They were found in the regions that are now part of the United States, Canada, and parts of Mexico. As the name suggests, these bears had shorter faces compared to other bear species, but they were among the largest terrestrial mammals of their time. They stood about 5 to 6 feet, 1.5 to 1.8 meters tall at the shoulder, and could weigh up to 2,000 pounds, 900 kilograms or more. Giant short-faced bears were adapted for speed and long-distance running. Their elongated limbs made them well suited for chasing down prey. Number 1. Smilodon. Smilodon, commonly known as the saber-toothed cat, is one of the most iconic prehistoric predators that existed during the Ice Age. Smilodon were mainly found in North and South America during the Pleistocene epoch. The most iconic feature of the Smilodon was its long, serrated canine teeth. These canines could reach up to 11 inches, 28 centimeters, or more in some species. They were razor sharp and adapted for stabbing and slashing prey. Smilodon was also a large cat, comparable in size to modern lions. Adult Smilodon individuals stood about 3 to 4 feet, 0.9 to 1.2 meters, tall at the shoulder, and could weigh between 400 to 600 pounds, 180 to 270 kilograms. They had a robust and muscular build, which would have given them the strength needed for grappling with and subduing larger prey, like the woolly mammoth. And that was our list of the 10 most powerful Ice Age animals. We hope you learned something new. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date on videos like this. See you next time.